All right, welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Cafe. Thank you so much for staying with us. Being a Wednesday, we shift gears to matters of the heart. It's Relationship Wednesday. We want to ask the question, do people still date to marry, or rather is dating dead? And with me in studio, I have a very big panel of men and women. Of course, we have balanced it to get just opinions on every side. Are we dating to marry in this generation as of 2025, or we have killed the whole purpose of dating? Karibuni sana to TV47 and to Morning Cafe, but let's welcome our viewers to be part of this conversation on our socials. TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X at TV47 Digital. You can tag me as well at N_Dida. I'll be sure to sample your comments here live for discussion. And there will be a number on your screen very shortly. You can call in live, of course, to be part of this conversation. We begin with you, Frank Okanga. Najua nasema, if you are just close to the host, you're the first one to go. What's your view on dating as of 2025? Are we still dating to marry, or we have lost the whole point in this?
Thank you so much. My name is Frank Okanga. Yes, it's true, people still date to marry, but intentions sometimes vary, and expectations get in the process. Maybe you're expecting something different from the kind of dating you're having, but in the process, things get to a different level. So you have to maybe change your mind, because the purpose of dating is getting to know your partner more better, with mutual feelings and all that. So in the process, if you realize that maybe the goal is not leading to, maybe you had a goal of marriage, but if the goal is not leading to marriage, then maybe sometimes that's why we experience stoppage in those relationships. Again, those dating, people date with marriage in their mind. But it only changes, according to me, it only changes when the goals are not met. Because you find nowadays so many people are dating just for, it's just for fun, or sometimes it's casual dating, I can call it. It's casual dating, whereby so long as maybe you've been talking to someone for maybe a very quite good time, then you feel maybe you understand them better. But the more you move them closer to you, then you realize there's something different, that maybe that was not your intention, that made you to fall into that relationship. So it's true, yes, there are many people, so many people are still dating for marriage. It's just that on the way, maybe things doesn't work out. So you have to stop that relationship. But that does not mean that that's the end of that relationship. Yeah, you can get into another relationship and maybe it works for you.
Okay. Are you dating to marry yourself? Are you dating intentionally to marry?
Personally, yes, I'm dating. It's a very, this is a question that, in fact, so many people have asked me since they saw that post yesterday. Yes. They were like, you cannot talk about something that you yourself you're not doing. So maybe they've talked to you. So I'm dating to marry because in dating process, first you have to identify, you have to know yourself. You have to do soul searching. You don't just have to date.
So you're still soul searching?
So
it's okay if you're still soul searching. Let's hear from Leah. Leah, what's your view of dating these days? Do you think that people are still dating to marry? Because some time back, kitambo kidogo, you used to meet somebody, you tell them, my intention is that I want to date to marry, do not waste my time, and yada, yada, yada. But as of 2025, do you think people are still dating to marry, and it's just vibes?
Thank you so much. Personally, I feel like being a campus student, many students don't have that intention of dating to marry. They're just there for the vibes, and people fear commitment. And also most of the Gen Zs fear rejection. That's why there are a lot of online dating platforms. So I believe that most Gen Zs out here, especially below the age of 25, are not dating for marriage. yeah, they're dating for their vibes to satisfy their wants and everything. So I believe it's nothing serious out here to most Gen Zs.
Mbona mnaogopa? You say fear of rejection, fear of commitment. What's the fear about exactly?
I think it also depends on the conditioning and maybe past experiences. Yeah, because probably you grew up, personally I grew up in an environment where I was told, work hard, get your own money. Men will disrespect you out here if you don't have your own money. You're brought up where you see narcissistic relationships. So I think that conditioning when you grow up makes a lot of ladies out here very cautious when dating. So because personally I want to date for marriage, I'm not here for vibes and everything. For me, I take dating as something personal. Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah.
YOLO, you only live once.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you, Daniel. Are you dating for marriage, if at all you're dating? And do you think right now, your generation, you've lost the point of this? Mnadate tu for vibes and fun. What do you think?
I think before, dating had a meaning. But right now, dating doesn't necessarily have a meaning. Because there has been a paradigm shift in terms of how people view dating. You know, dating was meant is like an avenue towards marriage. Like, it's what you do first, and then you reach to a point of marriage. But nowadays, dating has lacked that, has lacked the phases of dating. There are phases of dating. Like there's the egg phase, where there's attraction and infatuation. And there's also the lover phase of dating, where now you look at it ends to where it gets to a point whereby you people agree, and now you tie the knots together and become two in one at that point. But we are, what is happening nowadays is that we are skipping the stages. People are, instead of moving from phase 1 to phase 6, people are only using phase 1, which is like now the attraction and infatuation. You are attracted to someone because of maybe he has is taller than the Gen Z Goliath, or maybe is masculine. You are attracted to the masculinity. You are attracted to someone's voice. So dating has completely lost the meaning because we don't want to follow the stages of dating. We just want something to happen. Like you find that you meet someone and then on the first date, you start speaking about how the names you are going to give to your children. That's not what you are supposed to do on the first date, on the first step.
There are rules to this. Umesema there are rules to this.
There are rules. So you can't start planning something that's going to happen like after some years. You are planning it on the first date. You're planning where you will stay, how you'll arrange how you're going to organize your house, the interior design of your house, the kind of life you're going to live with that partner at that time. So dating can only have a meaning if people follow the phases of dating.
Gladstone, talk to us about these phases of dating. If at all you do understand where Daniel is coming from, and some of the rules to this, not just vibes and inshallah, you have to come prepared in the mind. Do you think, as you answer that question, that dating to marry is dead as of 2025?
Yes, good morning. So what I can say is dating is dead because people don't date. Hata ameongelea vizuri sana about the phases and everything that people go through, and I can technically say hakuna dating. Though kuna mtu alikuwa ananiambia hata kitambo people never used to date. But also you have to look at the meaning of the word date.
Yes.
You need to understand that if you get it right, then you are good. So because dating technically means you taking your time to understand the other person, to see if this person actually aligns with what you had in your mind about the typical wife, the typical husband that you had. So kitambo, hata watu walikuwa wanapewa yes, bibi unaambiwa huyu ndio bibi yako. But the parents did the due diligence. Walikuwa wanaenda kwa msichana, wanaangalia vile anaosha vyombo, vile ana behave na watu. Like they used to do a lot of background check before uletewe uambiwe, now this is your wife. Or tunafikiria mtoto mama June, Mama Mary or someone, anakufa. Wanajua, they have gone through the process. But sahi, in this era and the generation, people start dating early. That is the first thing. They fall in love mapema. Na once you fall in love mapema, unapata uko na kitu kama 7 years of your life out huko nje juu you can't be married at 18. You can't be married at 19. Sasa uko na between 18 to your 25 yako ndio unataka kusettle. Uko na 7 years hapa katikati. So who will you be dating for 7 years surely? Hii ni manifesto gani unataka kutengeneza hapa katikati? You see, it's not there. So what will happen ni wewe utakuwa una fall in love like my brother amesema hapa for certain reasons. For example, you are in campus. Huyu jamaa aina mangi. So unaona hii hapa ndo tunaenda. So unaona, so that tupate kichwa kufloss nayo mtaani. Nyinyi mnaendaga kibandaski kwa chapo chafua, sisi tunaingia kwa restaurant ya shule. Una get, so you look for reasons for being with this person. So you don't even care if huyu mtu hii pesa natoaga wapi, huyu mtu what are the intentions. Mimi ni bora tu, mimi bora na ni facilitate. I'm good. So these phases zinaanzanga late in life, wakati ushapigwa character development hapa katikati, umeteseka hata umechoka. So unasema mimi anybody that will come in a trouser. Na aseme tu mimi I want to vuka na huyu. I want to sweep her. Mimi naenda na yeye. Una get. Sasa unaanza kukua serious after umeteseka. So first and foremost watu wengi ni just having fun. Ni mimi huyu boy ako fiti, huyu dem ako fine. Hapo unapataka wengine wanasema mimi kazi yangu ni mafresha. So unapata yeye ni third year, fourth year, hapo yeye kazi yake ni kubadilishana tu kila same. Wewe yako imeisha, songa next. So una get, so with that when will you date? Because by the time unataka kujua wapili watatu washaingia. Unapata. So
why can't you just pick that fresher and now proceed with him or her into the long term, mwingie ndani ya marriage? What's the problem exactly, let's say?
Now the problem is commitment. Mtu hataki kukaa na mtu mmoja because according to them unatufungia. Unaona? So you need to create room for the next person. So mimi nikijicommit kwako, inamaanisha I'm going to use the next 3 years of my campus life dealing with you alone. Yet kuna bell mpya zinafunguliwa. Unaona kila semester. So technically hiyo ndio inakuwa issue. Mtu ana feel hapana. Huyu acha nikae na yeye ani push nikingoja bell mpya. So that's the problem.
All right. Yeah. Sharon, I don't know what you think about this conversation, because Gladson anasema kitambo it was quite different. And it's true, kitambo was quite different. Unapata somebody is married by 18 and 20, like he says the parents do due diligence for you. Was it easier kitambo than nowadays? What would you say about that? Do you think now it's hard to date for marriage?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, thank you. What I'll say, yeah, it's hard to date this time because people are there for casual reasons. You are there to date because unataka vibes, unataka kuflows tu na msee sahi. It's quite difficult for a person to date for marriage at this time because everybody anaogopa responsibilities. We fear responsibility and commitment as they have said. Yeah.
Let's hear from you, Leah. Are you dating to marry? And do you think tumepata, tumeshika. Leah, are you dating to marry? Regina, sorry.
No, I'm not dating to marry because I feel like when we think about dating to marry, we put an expectation to the dating. Now you forgo everything, like the things that you're supposed to check, like red flags and stuff, because your end goal is getting married. So I think dating to marry is building a box, like a boundary with an end goal. And I think when you go with that mindset, you'll actually miss a lot of red flags because the goal is marriage. The goal is not exploring this person and having partnership. And I think, yeah, no, you should not date to marry. You should date to have partnership. Yeah. If the partnership, you are compatible together, then you can get married. That's fine if that's what you want. But dating with the end goal of I'm going to get married, nah.
But what happens? See, you can still just want to date to marry, and then if it doesn't work out, you leave, Regina.
No.
That's not for you? Daniel, what do you think about it? And sometimes wanting to date to marry puts pressure on each other, and sometimes you will miss these red flags. What do you think about that?
So it depends on the period. Like you know, you can't just meet someone and then you marry after 1 month. That one, I don't think if you have learned about each other within that period of time. So I think by getting to understand the phases of dating, it makes you to end up realizing and spotting the red flags. You know, it's not good to spot the red flags when you are already in marriage. that's like a gamble, like you had been gambling all along. So if you start with the first phase, the attraction and the infatuation phase, that phase, what attracted you to that person? The second phase is you get to know each other. You know each other, you know this person, what are the likes and the dislikes, what are the personality of this guy. Then the third phase is the commitment. What are some of the what are the commitments? The commitments, is this person committed to you? Then the fourth phase is now the phase where now challenges come. You know, in any type of dating, there has to be challenges that will come along the way. Like, hapo ndio unakuja una realize that this guy ana meno moja ama meno moja iko. Sasa unaanza kumuona in another different way. Ama huyu mtu, for example, in the first phase, kama ulikuwa umempenda juu alikuwa ameenda gym, akona ni mtu wa miraba minne, then amestop kuenda gym. Sasa unaona the physical appearance imechange at that point, kitu yenye ilikuwa attract kwake. Sasa at that time in this phase haiko. Sasa hiyo ni phase, sasa hiyo ya challenges sasa mna face through. Hapo ndio sasa unaona maybe una realize kwa hii una realize maybe yeye na demu yake hawakuwa wameachana, walikuwa wamenyamaziana tu. Unajua kuna tofauti ya kuachana na kunyamaziana.
Kwa break.
Walikuwa tu break. So wame rekindle their conversation, now they are conversing. So una realize at that point that's a challenge. So that point mkipita, now you come to a phase of now for the relationship sasa stability. Relationship sasa inakuwa na that stability. Sasa mmeunda relationship iko strong juu mmepita hizi challenges. So most of the people hapa kwa challenges ndio wanatoroka. Hapa kwa sababu hapa sasa kinaumana sasa. Kimeumana sasa dem anaenda zake ama boy pia anatoroka at this point. Ama hapa kwa hii point, the point of challenges ndio unapata maybe sasa ulikuwa na date alikuwa na pesa. Then it reaches a point now, the tap that was giving her all this has dried. So will you run away? So most people will run away at that point. So if you pass that point, then now you can now move to the last point now, which you can now settle and think about the marriage. All those phases determines, but also depends on intention, a person's intentions towards dating.
All right. Frank, you mentioned something about sometimes expectations are not met, and then now this relationship breaks before it gets into marriage. Then when and how should these expectations be set before, you know, you move forward, you're 3 years in, and now you break up 3? You see, you've wasted each other's time. So when and how should these expectations be set?
I think when you meet someone you feel that he or she has the potentials of being your partner. It all starts with the mentality. You know, some people have hidden mentalities. So long as you keep your mentality lively, reading the other person's mind, that's why we cannot be dating, but we talk maybe once a week. You see, that way we are not getting to understand each other better. This will only come when we keep on talking, and of course, because it's a process of dating, you meet maybe regularly, maybe weekly, or maybe monthly. From there, you make your intentions known. You make your, whatever you are thinking that that relationship is up to. If you are dating for marriage, it's good you say it. When you say it, you make it easy for that person, because maybe the person doesn't feel maybe you're the right fit for them for marriage. You know, marriage it's a forever thing. This person you're going to stay with forever. You know? So the moment you say, you make it so easy, and that way the intention is very clear, because once you meet, you don't have to take too long without communicating what you think, because the kind of a person you need, you know. The kind of behaviors, the kind of characters, because that's the process now. That's why we have dating. But whatever is happening nowadays, I think we have to be very honest on this. We are having in fact, it's not just casual. We're having rental type of dating. This is the reason I'm saying it's rental. You know, even now, let's use the example of this capital city. If I don't have a house, I don't have a home, when the night approaches, I'll be very worried because no one is going to host me. But if I have my house, I'm very free to get at my house at any time I wish I can get to my house. What do I mean? I mean that we are having relationships or dating that have been, it's just that they're covered. But the real intentions of those relationships or dating we're having nowadays, it is just for pleasure. You know, it's just for, the way my colleague has said, vibes. You know, you cannot just approach any lady and you start conversing in a romantic way or whatever. She will be like, hey, what are we? You know? But if you've invested on...
What are we setting expectations on the get-go? where she stands with you.
Yeah, so that's why I'm telling you that people have hidden intentions. Someone will seem very serious. That's why we have relationships whereby the moment you meet, the moment you people maybe get to have maybe the intimacy or whatever, the mood of that relationship changes. The way Gladys has said, maybe you had a different thought of that person, but on realizing, you realize that no, this is not the right person for me. So expectations to me nowadays are not set in the right way because people rush, and again, people hide whatever they think they want in life, just to keep on playing with other people's mind. So according to me, let the expectations or whatever you think it is, because you trust her, make it on time.
All right, let's get some feedback. There's some coming in from Facebook. Ahmed B and Asema, yes, we still have to build confidence in our ladies when we intend to marry. You will never go wrong. Granton Wayesu anasema, I'm not sure if that still exists. Caesar amesema tu maybe. Do you people still date to marry? Akasema maybe. Jarich anasema watching, asante sana, watching live from Nairobi. For now, it's just for fun. There's another one here. Marriage is slowly becoming obsolete owing to negative marriage experiences, the avoidance of responsibility, and the search for immediate positive gratification, the lack of resilience to withstand the not so good times. People are dating because they are lonely and for sustenance, that is cost sharing bills, role fulfillment, etc. But I don't think they believe in marriage. This is John Dennis Waweri. Good to hear from you, John Dennis Waweri, and thank you for watching. Now, for how long would you be comfortable in staying with somebody in a relationship before you start asking questions of whether you guys are serious and if it will potentially lead to marriage? For how long?
Okay, I don't have a specific timeline, but I normally say every day is a learning day. And personally, I've never dated in campus. I dated back in high school. So I believe we learn every day.
Yes.
From our friends' experiences and also from our experiences. Because I believe dating is a multifaceted concept. You can't just meet somebody, because there's a time I gave somebody an opportunity, but this person is giving you conditions. But then honestly, I feel like when you're dating, you need to hear from the other person, what are your expectations? Because I can't date an addict, a drug addict. So we need to hear from both views. What are your expectations? What do you require from me? Yeah, so I believe it's giving it time. And when we say date to marry, I don't necessarily mean as a 20-year-old, I'm dating a 22-year-old for their campus student and expect that this is going to lead to marriage.
For you, that's a no. You don't believe in college
not
love?
Not direct. Okay, even statistics have shown that most campus relationships, few of them succeed. Yeah, I think the intention of dating should be like, are you ready to become loyal? If I'm supposed to be committed to you, will you become loyal? Will you have an eye on another person? The same way the dude said, my colleague said, that
Gladson,
unangoja bell mpya. Let's say nimeingia first year when is third year campus. Tuanze kudate. Sasa hii bell mpya ikikuja, will you ignore me? Will you neglect me? So I think it's about the commitment. Yeah, Gen Zs, we fear responsibilities. You say nashangaa nikipata ball napelekea nani? You know, because dating we can't compromise. And also being brought up in a religious background, I believe sex before marriage is a crime, of which many Gen Zs will disagree with me on that.
They should not. So you are
Yeah. So I have to stand on my belief.
Yes.
You know, it's funny, by the way, because you see these talking stages, they fail because of those simple things. You start asking someone, for example, I have a strong opinion on that. No, I ask a person, anakwambia we live once. You know, the Bible hata ililetwa na wazungu kutu confuse hapa. So I think it's about the beliefs na intentions za mtu. We have to be clear before we start dating, because mimi sasa tutafika kwa nyumba uniitishe nikwambie bro, I told you that sex before marriage is a crime. So I think it's about the intention. So see ati marrying directly. Yeah, dating is a process, as he said. And wacha ifuatane. Don't rush things.
All right. Perfect. Sharon, I saw you giggling when she said, you know, she only dated in campus, in high school. But for you, how long would you stay in a relationship before, you know, you start questioning if this guy is really serious with you? Is it 3 years? Is it 6 months? Because they say sometimes men, by the 6th month, they know if they want to spend the rest of their lives with you. How many years or how many months would you be okay with?
Okay, personally, I don't have that timeline, but let me tell you, when it's 6 months, mshafika 6 months, red flag all over. Hapo ndipo sasa unaanzanga kuona umse haiwezi make. Personally for me I know ikifika 6 months najitoa.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Regina, how about you? Wewe ulisema you don't date to marry, but how long would you sit in a relationship and decide if this is something serious that you want to continue with?
I think I'd give it like, I think by 3 months we should know what you're doing.
Okay.
Again, it depends on which time you're dating. So for example, I am like a 22-year-old. Definitely marriage is not in my even 10-year plan. So if you come and meet me right now and you say we date, we can date for 10 years, no problem. But maybe if I'm like in my 30s, I think marriage would be more priority than it is right now. So I'd take it like a bit more seriously. But I don't think there is a timeline. It just depends on when you see yourself getting married. But I think if marriage was successful and it was an entity that wasn't like, dare I say, pressing to women, I think we would be more intentional in dating to marry as early as maybe 25. But when you just imagine how exhausting and, you know, from people's experiences, it's not so good, I don't think, no.
Regina, you're saying you're just 22 years, marriage, maybe sometimes it's not in your vocabulary at this point in your life. You know, our parents back then, you'd find maybe our parents got married at around 18, at around 20. Why do you think that has changed? Because for them, you know, they were very much okay with getting married at 18, at 19, at 20. And some of them had their lives, you know, put together. They had their life together. They had children as early as 20 years. So for you at 22, that is not something in your vocabulary. Why do you think that has changed?
I think mostly it's socialization. When, for example, I've had these conversations with my mother because I really wanted to understand why she actually chose to get like married and stay married for that long, despite all the challenges. I think it's socialization, because even when I have conversation with my grandma, she always, despite, like, for example, I'm graduating, she's like, you graduate, you get a job, you get a husband. So I think when they grew up, that was the mentality. But I think right now things are changing. We also have aspirations other than getting married. There is career, you want to grow your mental health. There is other things other than marriage. Marriage is not this glorious goal that when you arrive, then you have a prize. Yeah.
There's something here I saw on social media, Gladson, and Zeph was saying there's a big difference between dating and being in a relationship. I swear things would be simpler if people understood that distinction. So what's the difference between dating and being in a relationship as a wellness coach, Gladson?
That's a good question, and I think it forms the basis of why we are here today. A relationship, it is more of an established interaction between two people who are maybe, let's say, wameingiana in terms of the mapenzi yao iko in another different
compatibility.
Stage. Yes, they are compatible. Okay. But when it comes to dating, dating kila mtu ameongea hapa na tumesema they have stages. For example, you have to start with interest or attraction. I love how Anne articulates vitu zake. So I think I am interested. So you want to now, after umeshapata the interest, now you drop down, unakuja kwa hiyo talking stage, you start talking. Uone ile articulation yake ilikuwa tu because ako kwa TV ama hata in real life ako hivyo. You start knowing that. You see? Then after hapo unateremka hapa chini sasa unaanza kuangalia mnaenda hizi casual dates. Now sasa simeongea maybe let's say you are doing it kwa social media. You're just talking hapo kwa social media, maybe ni WhatsApp or maybe whatever. Any DM. Mnaongea tu then unasema now let us bring it physical. Tujue tuone kunaenda aje. So hapo mko kwa casual dates ama maybe let's say maybe the situationships unasema tu just try here and there. Then after hapo unaanza kuona okay, kuna vitu ziko hapa. So how about now we define what we are having, because unaweza mwambia now we have been going out for this long but you have never told me anything. So mnaingia kwa hiyo stage you define, inaitwa DTR, defining the relationship. You define it so well to understand where do you stand. Are we just having fun? Are we boyfriend or girlfriend? Are we dating with the intention to marry or anything of that sort? Then after hapo is now when you get to this relationship stage where by now anaongelea what's the difference. So now dating unaanza from above, but a relationship is already umeenda through the process, umefika hapa chini. Then after hapo then you sit down and decide which is the last stage now, which is the long term. Now you decide sasa long term iko aje kulingana na vile wewe nimekuona na mimi nimekuona. I think you can't be my wife.
Now that is where courtship comes in.
Now that's where mnaanza sasa courtship. Ukimpatia akipewa white card kwamba huyu ako sawa, mkiingia kwa long term you start the courtship. But before that, so with the relationship ni hizi vitu za kawaida ya mimi nimeona huyu dem na feel huyu dem ako sawa. Hivyo unaanguka nayo. Then vile umeongea hapa we find that vitu kama the sexual interactions zinaingizwa mapema. So na mmeruka hizi stages zote. So mmetoka from just being attracted automatically mmeingia kwa relationship. So ujui anything. So at the end of the day what keeps you there, walisema what brings you in is what will keep you there. So if you came in through sexual attractions and interactions, that is what will keep that relationship. So wakati atachoka ama wakati kitu mpya itakuja, you will simply jump, because most relationships don't even have this attachments with them. Maybe mtu mmoja anataka ku have fun, mwingine anataka long term. So amjakaa chini mdiscuss what the two of you want. Is it even mna date for the same purpose? Because kuna mwingine tu yeye anaweza tu kudate for 6 years. Then akuache na wewe msichana mwingine after 1 week. So it happens. And men are like that. They just do things in a way that hata wewe mwenyewe itakushangaza. How did this happen? Yes, how did this even happen? But it may happen. People I've seen so many. Mtu anakuambia imagine msee aliniacha leo within 1 month ameoa. Ama mwingine anakuambia this weekend I'm very busy, by the I'm locked. Sitapatikana. Kumbe jamaa ameweka wedding yake ile pande nyingine anaoa. Una get so the time unampata. So you see, so wewe kwako usefulness yako ilikuwa kitu fulani, kuna kitu alikuwa anapata kwako. So that is how you relate, because relationships it can be because of something or someone or kitu yenye mna align together. So maybe probably alikuwa na benefit kwako financial. So atakaa na wewe based on that will be your relationship. But sasa anajua na yeye niko na njoki pande nyingine, huyu ni wa marriage. So acha huyu to date na yeye for the process until the end of the day. Yeah. So that's the difference between the two.
Okay, let's get more feedback. Makori Urina anasema for now Gen Z are rewriting the script. Relationships are now based on individual preferences and not on societal standards. Eva Koriri, you're watching. Thank you so much. Broton anasema not really the way I know some are dating to baby daddy. That's all, baby daddy. Peter Ndegwa, thank you for watching. Jacob Ocheng anasema salimia my bro Daniel. Daniel, you have somebody watching you here. Christopher Tandi watching live from Burangi. Kenyambi Kisii, yes, date is a must with my wife Lydia Kerubo hadi tamati. Lydia must be a very lucky woman. All right, we have more here. Matthew anasema the so-called mediocres whose marriage or relationships never worked have tarnished the value of dating for marriage, but at the same time taking long time in dating, like 3 years. What are you doing? What are you doing for 10 years? Regina, you said you're okay with dating somebody for 10 years. And Matthew is asking you here, like 3 years, what are you doing? We'll answer that when we finish with this. Danches anasema, I'm not sure enough if it still exists. Caprice is saying marriage is slowly becoming obsolete. That one we read. And Priscilla anasema nowadays we don't date to marry, we date to gain experience in relationship. Priscilla. Makuri finally anasema for now Gen Zs are rewriting the script. And those are the feedback we're getting from Facebook. And 2 more, in today's generation, it's a no. And she says, mtu akifika 25 and above, mindset in a change. Mtu anaanza kufikiria dating for marriage. So it says between 18 to 20 thereabout, it's just dating for vibes. And then past 25, it's dating for marriage. But Daniel, Gladstone hapa ametuambia that sometimes, you know, men, you might be in a relationship with somebody for that long, for 3 years, and then just in a month or 3, he gets somebody and he marries them, he marries the lady. Then what do you as men look for in relationships? That, you know, you would leave the 3-year-old relationship and marry somebody who you've been in a relationship with for just 3 months or 6?
Yeah, according to Murphy's law, what is meant to go wrong will always go wrong. Yes, and what is meant to go right will always go right. So if something was meant to work, even if something wasn't meant to work, even if you stay there and date for 10 years, it will not work. And if something was meant to work, even it will take a week and then it will work. And that's the reason why you see, you know, men are in a relationship for quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Relationship is a two-way traffic.
Transactional.
It's transactional.
Okay.
Because it's all about interest. At the end of the day, relationship or dating and marriage is all about interest. We can't lie on that. So leaving this partner whom I have been with for 6 years and marrying someone whom I've just met for like 1 month, it means that I wasn't that much into this my 6-year partner. I was pretending there. But for I to marry this lady within 1 month, it implies that she was my backup plan. So identifying, you know, we say that most of the ladies are they are DCIs. Yeah.
All ladies are DCI.
Yes, all ladies are DCI officers. Yeah, and they know how to spot a cheating partner. And it's only men who sometimes don't have the ability to know if the partner is cheating. So it's hard to know them. It means that if this lady was a backup plan and this the DCI officer did not get the intelligence at the right time, then it means that towards the end, he's the one who is going to join the Kivumbi University. And
So Daniel, you're saying there's somebody always, kuna kwanga amekaa tu kwa bench?
Yeah, there's always someone on the bench.
For real?
Who will substitute you.
Frank, for men, there's always somebody on the bench if you are dating somebody and not yet married to them.
I'll say this. For someone to be on the bench, I'll use a football example. For a coach to bring in a substitute in a certain position, then there must be something that the current player is not doing. So if in real sense that there is a substitute, the way Daniel has said, this substitute has not been maybe registered today. This substitute was registered sometimes back, maybe when you realize that things are not working the way you wanted them to work. Maybe you are bringing in corrections that you feel these are not okay with you, but the corrections are ignored. So in that sense, yes, it is true. A coach will look for a substitute, and the substitute will be brought in at a time that you don't even expect. Maybe you've been having very serious arguments, but that substitute is not used. But a time you'll have a very minor argument is when the right player would be brought in. So it's true. But, you know, I'll say this. Dating nowadays changed. People don't show clear intentions. So what I can just say is that don't fear what you've not done. You cannot fear what you've not faced. Therefore, with those negative, in fact, those comments you are reading there, those people are saying, no, no, no. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, those people have their people. So don't be lied down to. You have to face it for you to make it right. You cannot say you'll wait and date when you are in 30s. In fact, that's how we are wasting ourselves. Because you will wait, because you have no experience. At that time of 30s, you are going to fail terribly because you are going to face what you've never faced. And you'll never spot any red flag. So you have to start early, grace yourself, because it's not easy as well. But if you are very clear with clear intentions, make your goals be known as early as possible. Dating is very successful. Yes.
Where do you think social media, because we usually talk about social media and the influence it has on people, would you say it has changed the way we now view the concept of dating to marry, the lifestyle that people are getting on, displaying on social media rather? We see, tunaona sahi bibi ya tajiri, we see people saying the bar was so low, bare minimum and whatnot. Do you think that that culture that is being cultivated on social media has shifted the mindset and has made it quite difficult to date to marry?
Yeah, definitely. Social media has contributed a lot because of even unrealistic expectations. Because you see, as you said earlier, in the old age, you had no options. Mzazi amekuchagulia huyu tulia hapo. And I don't believe in the concept of soulmate. You can work out with anyone if you want to. So, back to where we were, social media imepea watu expectations. There are a lot of online couples portraying like legit lifestyles, but kwa ground vitu ni tofauti. So unapata, probably online unapata, tunaona juzi mtu amepewa bouquet ya almost 200,000. We chali yako hata nangana kukutumia 150 kila siku. And mind you are a comrade ama huyo mtu wako employed anaenda mjengo. So I think hiyo imepea a lot of ladies pressure. You feel like there are better people out here. So you can't settle for less. That's why you can't date for marriage, because you're like, mimi nitapata mtu tajiri tu. Hata sahi as a campus student, kuna mtu tu anajua hii career ikifail, option B, tafute tajiri, billionaire. So social media imepea watu a lot of expectations that you feel that you have a lot of options out here. You're like, wacha hata ni date more than 6 people out here for, So social media has contributed both positively and negatively.
Let's hear from you now, Sharon. For you, what would you look at when you're dating somebody and say, you know, now this is a green light. I think this is somebody I would want to spend the rest of my life with as a lady.
Okay, personally, I don't look at the physical appearance of anyone, but how you think, how problem solving, how do you solve your issue? In case we have an argument, how do you take it? Those are the main things which I'll be looking into. Again, I want to be so realistic. You know, we are having so much unrealistic goals. You are with someone, you're having, I want to be, because you've seen in social media, there are people going Maldives, and ndau mse wako kitu anaweza afford ni kukupeleka mahali out there, restaurant fulani iko within your area. So I think reasoning, the way we solve our problem and the way we relate with you, I'll give you a chance.
That's all that matters. Okay, Regina, you know, women are delusional. That is something that is known. We love putting some lovey-dovey and bubbles in our heads when we're in a relationship, So for you, what will you look for or at, you know, with your partner? You're okay with dating for 10 years, you as Regina, that's when we respect that. But now within this 10 years span, for instance, what would you look at and say, you know, this is a green flag for me?
I beg to differ with what she's saying. I really do think attraction is a very important thing in a relationship. And attraction,
physical attraction.
Yes, it encompasses even physicality, because if I don't find you attractive when I look at you, then I don't think I'll even be curious to know how you think. So your attraction will draw me first, then how you think definitely has to play a part in everything. But I reckon if I was to want to get married, I'd think, first of all, I'd want to be very secure, like physically, mentally, spiritually, before I project that to someone. But I also think the person who I'd want to get married to also has to have like those similar traits. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to make a very long-term, very expensive decision, we really have to be so secure in whatever we have going on, because the rate of divorces, first of all, divorces are very expensive to even begin with. So it's not a decision you take lightly, but yeah, someone has to be solid in the way they think, their religious, the spirituality, financially, definitely, yeah, and you have to look good. I'm sorry.
Physical attraction must be there.
Yes.
Gladstone, so how do you tell the difference between a genuine partner and somebody who is just there to pass time?
It's simple. I will talk from a man's perspective,
Yes.
because I'm a man. Hapo kwa ladies kidogo inaweza niletea shida. However, I can give a general view.
They're here, they
them.
will see.
So for a man, for you to know that a man is genuine, or just huyu ni John Brian Kevo type of, by using the normal words hapa nje. So a genuine man, kitu ya kwanza, anakuanga, is never, in fact akuagi mchoyo. That is the first thing. If a man is into you, akuangi mchoyo, na hata wahi kukuita gold digger in any way, na hata wahi feel kama wewe ni burden. That's the funniest thing. Na hata yeye atakuwa mtu wa kwanza kuuliza, na by the way leo umekula kweli? Ama leo uko wapi? They'll be there. It's funny because so many people wanna date normal guys wenye they don't have normal a set intention. Because mimi nikijua I am here for the long term, I will invest in this person. Hata unapata mwingine mpaka anakuimprove in terms of your thinking capacity, how you handle things. Yani atakuwa interested in just making sure unakuwa a better person. Atakuwa intentional with everything. Atakwambia by the way, alafu pia vile anakuhandle in terms of when situations zinatokea, maybe you are having an issue. Atakwambia by the way, mimi sipendi hii hasira yako. It is high time you change on it. Unaona? But kuna mwingine yana nyamaza tu. Wewe una jamingi tu, una jama anakuambia acha mimi niende nje. Or number 2 anakuwa rebellious. By the way, we are supposed to meet tomorrow. Game Man U iko 6 p.m. So definitely I have to watch that game. Unapata? So they will always have an excuse of not seeing you or not meeting their commitments. Na atakupatianga kitu na kama a very genuine reason. Yenye ukiuliza any other random man based on the bro code part, we need to defend that person. No, natakwambia Game Man U ndiye hawezi kosa, hata kuelezea. Hata sisi tunafanya hivyo. So kwako wewe utanormalize. But it is funny that a man who really loves you atakuchukua kuambia kaa hapa tuochi game. Na wewe unapata? Yes, they will always have that intention. So if you want to know a man is genuine, then atakuwa patient. If mimi niko hapa for the long term, hizo sexual advances sitakuwa nazo immediately. I will take my time with you. That's why nimekwambia Simone hizo nimekutajiza stages 6 ziko pale. Ata take them through pole mpaka to the last stage of dating. But huyu mwingine atakupeleka chipo mwitu siku 2. On the 3rd day anakwambia sasa kuja nikupikie. Yes, because yeye ako pale for the short term. Mambo ya long term, 2 terms, 10 terms, yeye yuko pale tena. Yeye anajua mimi mambo yangu ni 1 week. Tumemaliza. So yeye yani unamwona tu vile anaongea, yeye ako stick to the point. Then akiona unajaribu kumpeleka hivi, ata disappear. Then unapata yuko. So genuine people wako na roadmap, and in everything they do they will be involving you. Anakuambia by the way, me in the next 3 months nataka niko nimefanya kitu fulani, nimefanya hivi na hivi. You will see. So if you see your man is not planning anything with you, he's not telling you anything, na ni mchoyo. In fact, mwanaume akishakuwa tu mchoyo na wewe, run. Huyo jua tu wewe na yeye you are not in the same boat. Ninyi mko in different boats. Yeye kuna kitu anataka kiipata. Atenda kiendani.
Very well said. You get fungia show, but Daniel, close it for us. What should we do now to bring back the dating to marry culture? If at all it's something you agree with, if it's something that we should be intentional about, dating for the long run and potentially for marriage.
So to bring back the dating culture, we need to follow the phases of dating. We don't need to rush to achieve a particular objective. Number 2, we need to redefine dating how it was. An activity that was meant for procreation has been turned into a commercial activity. We need to reclaim back the glory days that the activity that was meant for procreation to continue being there for procreation. So I think we should be intentional, and we should also avoid expectation. Expectation kills. And we should also be intentional when we are looking for partners. Okay.
All right, very well said. Thank you so much. And finally, final comment here. Marriage nowadays is not compulsory. It's a personal choice that individuals make based on their own desires, values, and priorities. With changing social norms and increasing emphasis on individual freedom and autonomy, people are no longer expected to marry for the sake of tradition or societal expectations. Many choose to marry for love, companionship, and personal fulfillment, while others may opt for alternative arrangements or remain single, and that's perfectly okay. And finally, this shift reflects a more modern and inclusive understanding of relationships and personal choices. Thank you so much, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, for making time for us to have this conversation. Do people still date to marry? I'm going to find your final round here. Do you encourage it? Do you encourage it, Frank? Yes or no?
Yes.
Lea?
Yes.
Regina? You don't? Regina amekata. Sharon?
No.
Gladson?
Yes.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. You're still watching Morning Cafe. My name is Anne Odida. Good morning, and thank you so much for being part of this discussion.